What's up? Go ahead and get this started. I was going to be playing a game today, but due to surgery that I had to do, I cannot do anything that might raise my blood pressure. So today, I guess I'm just going to do some chatting. So I've been having a bunch of stomach issues for, shoot, pretty much my entire life. And we still don't know what the hell's wrong with me. We're slowly getting there. Doctors right now are saying I have a extreme IBS, and that's really all we know right now. Today I had to go and do an upper GI endoscope. That's pretty much just them putting a camera down my throat, looking at my stomach, and it's actually kind of crazy because, or weird, more or less, because I had food that I ate over 12 hours ago still in my stomach. Typically, your stomach's supposed to, get rid of that food within like anywhere for 2 to 6 hours. So the fact that there was stuff still in there from 8 p.m. last night and it's 9:30 a.m. now, that's pretty crazy. So you don't have to ask next about this because I was pretty loopy whenever they're telling me, no, I got to go do a scan where they are going to do, you want to see how empty my stomach, something like that. I don't know. Just more scans, more procedures, just more crap. Not much I can do about that. At least we're slowly getting there. I've already done, shoot, three, three or four images. I've already had a camera up my ass too. That one was pointless because they're like, oh yeah, you look good down there. I don't know what's wrong with you. But it's kind of weird, like the pain. I'm always in pain in my stomach, no matter what, no matter when. Even before this issue, because before, won't really go into too deep. Get that out of here. Won't go into deep issues, but it was like the complete opposite what's going on now. Not quite sure, but it's not the only thing that's wrong with me too, sadly. Broken a lot of bones, done a lot of stupid stuff as a kid. Fun fact, I have officially broken 5 bones. I'm pretty sure I've broken others. Wait, yeah. I've broken both wrists. My left wrist, I broke that thing so bad that they're like, you're 100% gonna have to have surgery, and we're gonna be putting all sorts of screws and metal inside of you for it. But whenever they went back for the surgery, they just popped it back in place. There you go. They didn't even put any metal or anything. It just sat right back in place. I broke both bones in my wrist in two separate areas. So my wrist was actually cockeyed. Like the entire wrist looked like an S. It was really crazy. Couldn't even move my fingers. I couldn't move my fingers for a while. Probably not until the actual surgery. I could barely move my fingers. But hold on, sir. He has to eat eggs and take an X-ray to see how fast. Yeah, but the thing about that X-ray is Like, how long are they gonna be X-raying me? Like, what are they gonna do? X-ray me like what, once a week, or not once a week, once an hour, once every 5 minutes, something like that? Because they can't just take one X-ray and see how fast it's digesting. It's kind of weird. Yeah, see, I barely remember that part, but whatever. Just trying to think. Oh yeah, the my wrist. I didn't say how I wrecked it. I wrecked it because I was riding on a four-wheeler on my parents' house. They live on a gravel road, and I used to haul ass up and down the road. But I'm typically by myself, and had a friend on the back, and I ended up power sliding right into a fence, and it just popped. When I heard it, I felt it, and when I first got off the four wheeler, I was like, "Damn, I just broke my four wheeler. The handlebar broke off. I don't know." Got off, started looking at it. It's like, no, the handlebars are fine. All right, so what was that pop over? Looked down, and my hand was all messed up. It even made a nurse throw up. She didn't even see the arm. She saw the X-ray and got sick off of that. That's how messed up my arm looked. It was wicked. That actually, that wasn't even the first broke. The first thing I've ever broken was my thumb. Broke my thumb playing basketball. Typical, like the tried catching a basketball, and it jammed the living crap out of it. Broke my right wrist, four wheeler. That one I put the four wheeler into a ditch instead of a fence. Going too fast, doing crap that I really shouldn't have been doing, especially in the area I was doing it. Again, I'm on my parents' dirt road. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Try to do it chronicle order. So it's that thumb, my wrist. Let's see. I think it was my. I think it was my fingers. I think I broke my fingers next. I broke them in a mosh pit. Got pushed down, landed. I caught all my weight on my fingers. And the reason why I say I think I broke those is because I never went to the doctor. I was like, eh. I didn't have insurance at the time. Oh no, that was much later. Yeah, that's right. Because at that time I was 18. No, it wasn't. I was 16. I don't know. There's a from sixth grade to junior year, I broke a bunch of stuff basically. I broke my elbow skateboarding. I was grinding and I fell on it. The board came out from under me. Yeah, let's see. I pulled tendons. Pulled Yeah, I pulled tendons in my left arm skateboarding. And then I believe it was the two fingers. But the funniest thing about the elbow thing, even though the story is pretty common, even the story was pretty common, that's not the funny part about it. Because my sister, my sister was at a football game. Well, I was there too, but my sister was at a football game, and she fell and she broke her right elbow. And then not even 2 weeks later, I broke my left elbow. So it looked like I don't know, it looked like my mom was abusing us or something like that. It's like, oh man, her kids are in their strap. I think in high school, I think I broke my ankle too, but again, I didn't go to the doctor then. I didn't have insurance, and I don't know. It swelled up pretty bad, but it wasn't like horribly swollen. So I just kind of limped around for a couple of weeks. If I did break anything, it was a hairline fracture, not that big of a deal. I guess that, yeah, I guess that just leads to uh to my latest break. I say latest. It's been a couple of years. It's been, let's see, 8, roughly 8 whenever I did that. So I was probably give away my age saying that, whatever. I was uh I was helping out with the youth group, and all these high schoolers and middle schoolers decided to play a game, and I'm competitive. I can't lose. I don't want to lose, especially to high schoolers and middle schoolers, right? Who wants to lose to them? So what did I do? I we played the game last round. Of course, always the last round. And I get picked, so I start running, and running, do my thing, and I trip, and then I fall. And as I was falling, I caught myself on my elbow. All my body weight went into my elbow, and we were on concrete. And I just roll over, I sit up, grab my elbow, and like, oh, I broke my elbow. Everyone's like, no, no, you didn't break your elbow. I'm like, no, no, I broke my elbow. I know I broke my elbow because I don't have an elbow, and I've broken way too many things. So of course I know what a break feels like, especially whenever you feel your elbow and it's just gone. But yeah, but the funniest part, you're not even gonna guess what game that was. I don't think anyone would have guessed it. It was Duck Duck Goose. Yes, I blew my elbow apart playing Duck Duck Goose. And it was, yeah, that was crazy. Went to the doctor. Yeah, we did the X-ray. They're like, yeah, your elbow's gone. You don't have it. Your your bicep is actually pulling one of the three shards of your elbow up, and that's why it felt like I didn't have an elbow, because my muscles were actually pulling the shards elbows from each other. So they had to go in, and they had to put a 3-inch screw into my elbow, and then they had to wrap wire around it. You can actually feel the wire still to this day. Like, you can actually see it and feel it. Got nerve damage thanks to that. My entire elbow, half of the elbow, I can't even feel a thing. And I guess we can go to nerve damage there. Back in sophomore year in high school, I was playing tennis. Me and my best friend at the time, we were playing tennis, and we were actual doubles. And I don't know what happened, man. We're doing our thing, we're playing our game, and out of nowhere, I just start hurting and hurting, and I'm like, what happened? And they say, like, it's just a freak accident. So and then what happened though was I went without a week without telling anyone that I'm hurting nonstop for no reason down here. Why is this hurting? And what happened was, apparently while I was playing tennis, I got a testicle contusion, and which is basically whenever your nut twist. Luckily, I was very lucky that mine untwisted it by itself. How long was it twisted? I don't know. But because of that, I now have permanent nerve damage to my right nutsack. And yeah, so if you ever get hurt down there, you gotta say something. I know a friend, he got one, and they actually had to open him up and untwist it for him. So that's why I say I'm really lucky, because if I did not go to the doctor and it did not untwist, I probably would have lost that nut. So it's like whatever you do, if you ever start hurting down there, you gotta go to the doctor, especially if you have no, like, can't even remember why it's hurting. It's like you didn't hit anything, nothing hit you, so why is it hurting this bad? And why is it still hurting a week later? Well, now it's been a long time since then. It's been a long, long time since then, and it still hurts every single day. But it's one of those things. It is what it is. But yeah, that's I guess that's my little pity party. My on my health issues. Luckily, that's it. Hopefully, we can find out what's wrong with my stomach. Because of my stomach, I have to be 100% gluten free, which really sucks. Well, hold on, let me ask. Yeah, I was just making sure. Yes, we live in the South, and if you know, everyone in the South loves frying everything, and they put gluten in everything. So it's been real difficult, especially whenever you want to go out with your family and all that. It's like I feel like I have to be a detective just to see if I can eat anything at this restaurant. But yeah, it's alright. It's like I'm getting through it. We're living through it. It's not that big of a deal. Trying to think about anything else to talk about. Like I said, I wasn't expecting to be chatting today. I wasn't expecting to be just yapping away, but because I can't do anything that might raise my blood pressure, I thought, let's just hang out and I'll just talk about some of the stories. Like, so I'm trying to think what else outside of the negative and all the broken bones and all that, all the things that I did. I wouldn't change it. I miss riding a skateboard. I miss riding four wheelers, even though it caused me all this pain. So I got tons of stories to talk about. Heck, skateboarding. I used to take a normal size skateboard and I would bomb hills that you really should be having a long board for. That was one of the funnest things for me to do on the skateboard. All my friends, they wanted to learn how to do all the crazy tricks and all that. It's like I just want to go fast. Like, let's just go hit a hill. Let's just go fast. Same with the four wheeler. That four wheeler that where I got all these broken bones from. That thing only had, I don't know, 20% brake. Like, with all four tires, it only had maybe 20% brake. And I used to haul on that four wheeler. I used to love going fast on that thing. That reminds me, I actually wrecked it. I think like I think it's like 6 months after getting it. I wrecked it in my neighbor's fence. I was driving down her driveway, just going a little too quick, lost control, and I hit her fence, and the handlebars actually went into my side, into my stomach. Luckily, where it hit me, it was basically just my intestines, so they weren't too worried about it. So lucky me, I guess. But I actually still have a scar from that too. But I've always been a pedal to the floor type of person. I don't care how many times I got hurt or broke. I've always got right back on whatever once I'm healed up and just pedal to the floor again. But we want to talk about relaxing hobbies. We got into scuba diving. I've actually been I'm not I can't say I've been 100 feet. My computer actually only said 99 feet underwater, and it was actually in what is it today is called a cave. Um, I went down there doing my deep dive, but today you can't even do it. You have to have dive cave certification because that thing it felt like a cave. It should have been a cave this entire time, but that was fun. It was like it's a water spring, and it opens up in the mouth of the spring where the cave is huge, and then the further you go into it, like I think 80 feet, is whenever it really starts to close up on you. But we've done that. I've only done one ocean dive because I know people might ask that. I've only done one ocean dive, and that was whenever I was first trying to get my stomach under control, and my body wasn't used to the medicine, and all sorts of things were going on in my body. I was sick. I should have canceled that dive, but I didn't because I just really wanted to do this dive. And it's actually, I think you can still look it up. It's actually called the Red Sea in Panama City in Florida. And so we do the dive, and I'm just feeling sick. I went down. I think I made it like 65 feet down there, but it was cold. I couldn't do it, so I went back up to 34 feet and just hung out there. That's where like the temp limiter was, because if you go like 36 feet, it's freezing cold. Go at 30 feet, it was like I don't know. It was actually pretty warm. It felt good, but I hung out there for a while. We actually had this humongous grouper going around the entire uh, dive because apparently it actually lives inside of the ship that I was diving. And it was mad that we were diving the ship and he couldn't go inside his home. So what happened was, like halfway through the dive, I was feeling sick. Stomach was turning. I think it was because of the all the like temperature changes because whenever you're on the boat in the wetsuit, it gets really hot. Then you jump into the water and you feel like it's kind of cold at the time. Then you drop down to 60, then it's really cold. Then you go back up. So all the temperature up and downs threw me off. And halfway up, I think I was at like 15 feet still. I just start puking. And it was rough because you have that regulator in your mouth and you're trying to breathe, but you just puked all in it. And so now you're just, breathing in that. So then it makes you want to puke more. I finally surface. I take the regulator out of my mouth, and the boat driver, he just starts screaming at me, put my reg back into my mouth, and just kind of deal with the flavor. Like, fun. What sucks is they still had a second dive after that. So here I am, just sick, just trying to drink water, but can't keep anything down for another like 3 hours because of the other dive. So that was a pleasant trip. I want to go back and do another ocean dive. I just haven't. We just recently talked about getting recertified to go diving again. We just haven't done it yet. We haven't completely finished it yet because we haven't done a dive. We did a class in the pool already, so we're good there. Just trying to think. I dove the Devil's Den. That's actually a really cool dive site, especially if you're beginners, because if you go down in there, actually I can just show you, can't I? Hold on. Ah, give me a second. Oh, give me. I should be able to find it. Should be. Oh yeah, there's the Blue Grotto was one of them. But let's see. I want to find a short one. We don't. I don't want to watch something too long. Yeah, here's a 3 minute.
What do Elma, Jimmy, and Marcus have in common? They all grew their businesses with Fiverr freelancers. Whether it's for building a new e-commerce store, seeking market.
Tucked away in Williston, Florida is a one-of-a-kind scuba and snorkeling experience called Devil's Den, a prehistoric underground spring.
Oh no.
We just arrived at the entrance of Devil's Den, and today we're going to do something we wanted to do for a long time. We had the idea to check off at least 80% of the springs in Central Florida. Today will be our third.
We are jumping into a very unique spring, and maybe one of the most unique ones in Florida. Devil's Den is exclusively accessible to snorkelers and divers. Admission is $38 a diver and
Like, look at this. You
$45
actually have to
for
go
scuba
into the
gear
hole,
rental,
into
or
the cave.
$18 for snorkeling and
Look at that.
$12 for the rental.
And it's always crystal blue water. No matter what you do, you can't kick up the water. I say,
That hole up there, this
if
is
you're
what it looks
anywhere
like
near
from the top.
Florida, I say come here and do this as one of your open waters. The water's typically warm.
I think this is a really great dive for all levels, but especially those who maybe just got certified. I will say that when you descend, I highly recommend going down where the sun is coming in. The water is a lot brighter. The first time we descended, it was in the dark, and it was actually a little bit scary.
Devil's Den is formed by what's called a karst window, a geological
What's really
feature where the water is visible.
What's really
from
cool
the
about this
surface
place
within
is
the
there's
sinkhole. It
even
really makes the light refraction underwater
little
look
holes,
amazing.
crevices that you can actually swim into.
The water in the spring is a consistent 72 degrees, and the maximum depth of the cave reaches 54 feet. Did you get all that? Okay, good.
Like that right there. There's a lot bigger ones.
There's also a bit of a cave system within the spring, but it's off limits for safety.
Honestly, there were way more fish here than what I was expecting. I don't
Ton
know
of
why
fish.
I didn't expect
Ton
to
of
see a lot
fish.
of fish, maybe from the photos and videos I had seen previously, but it really added a fun element to the dive. And some of those fish were huge. One of the staff members actually told us that when the koi fish get too big for other parts of the property, they throw them into Devil's Den. There are also a couple of turtles here, and they are all named Nelson because they can't
Now-
really tell them apart. There's a Nelson, I think a Nelson Jr., and maybe a Nelson Sr.
Yeah, there's
What are
actually a
your thoughts
water
on
park
Devil's Den?
outside that
Pretty
they
cool.
they
Yeah,
homemade
I thought it
it
was
where you
pretty
can
cool
scuba
too. My
dive.
favorite part of the dive.
Where
When last time I've been there,
Where's
or
it?
every time
Where
I've
the
been there, it's
sun
always
was
been
shining.
closed.
They have a couple swim throughs you can dive through, which were fun. Not a cave diver, I'm not cave certified, so even the swim throughs, that first little bit, I was like, it's a little tight.
I didn't cry.
You did not cry.
It's the first dive of my life where I didn't cry.
This is the first dive you haven't tried. You're getting used to it. And we saw Nelson. We didn't see Nelson squared or Nelson
You
cubed.
don't know which Nelson you saw. It was just
Yeah, we saw a Nelson.
Diving Devil's Den was such an incredible experience. Even though I was a little bit nervous at the beginning, it turned out to be a really beautiful dive. Highly recommend this if
Highly
you are
recommend
visiting
that one.
Florida or will be in the
I highly recommend doing that. Hold on. What am I doing wrong here? So yeah, anyways, oh no, my background. Now one of the worst dives, other than being sick, that I've done, I would want to say that one was the one in Tennessee. No, the one in Tennessee was a lake. That was actually pretty cool. It was Alabama. Oh, dude, that I'm not gonna name them. I don't want to, talk bad about them. Their issue is it's freaking cold. It was so cold. Anything below, I think it was like 25. It was freezing. Went with some friends, and and the girls and we were like, no, we're gonna stay up here where it's warm. Well, my two buddies, they went down because at like I think 70 feet. There's a semi-truck trailer, and they wanted to go swim inside that because you can do all that. But I was like, no, it's not worth it. One of my friends came up, and his lips were completely blue. I was like, dang, why did you stay down there so long ago? Because it was cool. It's like, nah, I don't do cold. I hate the cold. But I think that's probably my craziest non-adrenaline junkie hobby. Because whenever you're down there, it's so quiet. All you can hear is like yourself breathing. And you just hang out, just look at things. Things that, so many other people can only like dream of seeing. So that's why I want to do more ocean dives. I got other stuff. I got a couple other hobbies. Like because of the diving hobbies, I get access to cylinders that they don't pass. Every couple of years you have to test the cylinders to make sure that they can still hold air. And the ones that they don't have or that don't pass, I actually have a butt ton because it's basically scrap metal at this point. And I've been doing a lot of art. I cut them up and I do a lot of art. I might show that one day. Maybe whenever I start getting back into it. Heck, if anyone actually wants to watch it, I might even make it into like a little stream thing. Strap a camera to my my helmet or something like that while I do it. I think that'd be really fun. But I guess only if people want to actually see that type of stuff. But it's let's see, what time is it? I'll go another 10 minutes out with that. I'll quit at 9:30. So what else? I'm trying to think. So some of the things I do with this art or these cylinders is I make tulip bowl holders. I really want to make it into like a NOS bottle. Make it that nice blue and slap a NOS bottle or sticker on it. And but it's like a tulip bowl. It's like give me a second, because I think I can find it and show you what it kind of looks like. Not the ones that I've done personally. I don't know. This is painting. I'm not a good painter, so don't expect that from me. But I was gonna blow it up. Hold on. Like I do plan on painting them, but it's gonna be like solid colors. Don't expect me to do anything too crazy outside of that. I have painted like a diver on one, but thanks to my work, I'm now gonna start doing stickers instead of painting. I think that might just look better. But like this. So I've done this something similar to this. I've made a lamp. I've done that. Yeah, I do that. Watch. So now, sorry, give me a second. So now I have to come back in here and press this. And then now I got to go back over here. Boo, there we go. So yeah, I've done something a lot similar to this. I plan on doing a couple more. I'm thinking about doing some scuba tanks and then also maybe some NOS bottles. I made it one where I actually cut the top completely off, put a little hole so you can actually make it like a wine bottle holder. So whenever you have like people come over, you can just like, you know, put it there. So it's like a cool like ice bucket for your wine. But even stuff like that, like stuff that's more on like the crazier side, I would love to be able to do stuff like this sooner or later. It's just one, finding the time and, well, actually just finding the time really. Like I said, if people want to watch this, I have no problem making this into my streams too. Or maybe I might just do YouTube videos on and do it that way. But like painting, I'm not a great painter. And putting stencils on these tanks aren't the... I hadn't figured that out quite yet. But let's see. Trying to think of what else type of hobbies and whatnot that might be interesting, either do on stream or off stream. Oh, that's one thing. My mother-in-law, she actually has one of these. Like this exact art piece. And I think that's what really pushed me to thinking like, okay, well, what kind of art can I do? Because I really enjoyed looking at this. And this guy's actually a very famous painter. I'm trying to think what all he's done. I think this might actually go to his stuff. Because, oh no. I want to see if I can look him up doing this. Oh, also, if my, the reason why my voice is all, oh, it's not copying, you suck. My voice is trashed is because of that procedure this morning. It doesn't hurt too much, but it's very scratchy. But what else? What else can I talk about for the next couple of minutes? Just trying to think. Because I know I have a lot of stuff. It's hard to remember to do it, you know? Hard to remember all your talking points and what you want to bring up and not bring up. We were really big into reptiles for a while there too. I had, at one exact time, I had 12 leopard geckos. We actually bred them and we produced 8 babies from that. What happened was we were living in a house though that had no insulation in the walls. And we got a really bad winter one year and it ended up frying my the heat source because it was constantly like overworking, so it crapped out, and they all pretty much froze to death. Sadly, we had them. We had a ball python. Had 2 ball pythons at one point. Had a Savannah monitor once. We had a tarantula, a blue-haired tarantula. That thing was really wicked. But again, the cold got too cold in that house. Oh yeah, we've had a crocodile skink. I had at one point we had flying geckos. Had an alligator lizard. Yeah, we had 2 chameleons at one point. That was really cool. We had 4. Oh yeah, we had axolotls. Those were really cool. The issue with them is the water upkeep. Trying to keep that water perfect for them was pain in the ass. But we even got eggs from them, and we had a couple of them hatch, and they were doing okay. But again, we couldn't keep the bloody water. After a while, we just, that one winter really hurt us, and so we kind of quit. We had red-eye tree frogs as well, but they died from old age. We got them. They were all retired breeders. They were all too old to breed anymore, so we grabbed them and we kept them for about 4 years, I believe. Then I'm trying to think what else we had. I think that's about it. I still have the frog cage. That's actually the only thing that we've kept. I still have the frog enclosure. It's a live plant enclosure that I had when we moved to the house that we're living in now. I've been wanting to regrow the tank, try to get all these plants back, and I'm thinking about putting milk frogs or clown frogs. Right now, I'm really pushing towards the clown frog way, but I'm not entirely sure. And then so yeah, I really want that enclosure to be up and running here soon. We might start looking into that next summer. Not quite sure when, because I also have a ton of other projects kind of like this. We have, I'm not going to say anything, but we got big projects coming up. We got a lot of projects that we want to work on, and a lot of these projects are going to cost money, so I don't know when we're going to be able to start reopening up other projects. Like I got a car that I need to fix too. That's another thing. I'm big into cars. But music, I don't know. You can probably tell by my shirt what type of music I'm into. Huge into rock and all that, but you know, it's 9:30 now. I've pretty much ran out of things. We want to talk about music next time and actual bands and all that we can. Any questions on any of the hobbies would be awesome, because then I'll be able to, you know, think of what I can actually talk about. Because there's so many, like diving. Got a lot of dive trips I haven't talked about. Not a good to talk about, but we'll do that another stream. Appreciate anyone that comes in. Just remember to follow, like, and subscribe to all my things. I'm on Twitch. I'm on YouTube. I'm on X. Just my I think all but this. Yeah, all but Twitch or YouTube. All but YouTube. I am Sleeping Goat 2 underlines or Sleeping 2 underlines Goat. YouTube is just Sleeping Goat. So if you can go like and follow me on all my other stuff. YouTube, sooner or later we'll start getting more edited or video edits. I'm going to be, like I said, with the art pieces. I would love to start doing maybe just straight up YouTube videos with just all sorts of different things. So hopefully you guys will follow along on this journey. Go follow Next. Go follow her accounts. She's on X. She's on YouTube. She's on Twitch. Go follow her stuff too. And other than that, I guess there's nothing left to say other than see you guys next time. All right, bye.